Hey folks, it's Oz Fun Magic Reviews again with Jamie and
Scott.
Hey, how are you doing, Scott?
Hey. Yeah, good. How are you?
Good. We're going to do a book review today.
Book review.
Couple of books.
Oh, a couple of books. Okay, great.
Starting with... not that one.
Next.
Alright. Shall I start or would you like to start with the one you've got?
Well, look. No, you can start this one. Yep.
Right. No dust cover because I'm not a fan of dust covers. But for card workers out there, one that's really popular. This is Mnemonica by Juan Tamarith. It's all about his mem deck, and I know there are many that are out there. There's the Aronson, and you've got Cy Stebbins and all those crazy ones. But this is a pretty loaded book of cool effects once you've put in the hard work to memorize the deck. Different people take different times to memorize a deck. Took me 2 months, other people can do it in 2 weeks. I think they're liars, but that's beside the point. I've used quite a few of the routines in this book when I've been working in both close-up and parlour. Especially like the 3 piles trick, that's a great one for stand-up. You get a lot of mileage out of that trick. It's just a matter of remembering the actual structure of what's in here, because a lot of people do different variations. There's a variation of a 3 pile trick in Alan Ackerman's Las Vegas Cardma, and I once went out, mixed up the workings and ended up screwing the trick up. Right. So don't do that. Word of warning. But really, this book is quite a.
Is that your music book?
It is. It is. No, it actually makes a song.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. Look, there's good detail in the photos and also in the effects. It goes through actually memorizing ways that are used to memorize a stack, which is always helpful. Yep. There's a lot of helpful aids out there. Now you can get apps for your phone that test you and test your memory with that. What's another one? There's quite a few other little books that are out that can help you along with memorizing.
Wow.
This I would suggest for anyone.
Anyone? Yeah.
Anyone. If you want to take your card magic up a notch, or have something that you can always feel like you can rely on, as long as you've got a good memory, like you haven't had a car crash and had a head injury in the last 6 months, you'll be fine.
Yeah, right. So a complete beginner can basically purchase this book and start,
Absolutely, start doing rules.
Yeah.
That's probably a big call, but yes, with what's in here, like learning the stack was like learning again, because he also covers card handling techniques that will help you use Mnemonica. Yeah, right. So you get this, and really you can just expand on that later on. Right. Instead of doing it the hard way, like we've done, watching videos and reading books and learning 1,000 different things. Just get the book, memorize the stack, learn the card handling in the back, do the tricks,
and then away you go.
Then you'll be a legend, just like Juan Tamarith. He has some amazing books out. If you don't have any of those, worth getting. 5 Points. What's the other one? Sonata, and he's got a lot of videos out now on using Mnemonica and just regular old card tricks that are worth grabbing as well. So Mnemonica, it's a green light for me. There's some good stuff in here. Yeah.
I don't do anything with stacks, but I think given that it covers everything, like how to memorize the stack, and even comes with routines and everything, I guess it's your one-stop shop. It's definitely a book that I would pick up, and I would say again, just from what you've told me, this will work well in a worker's repertoire. So
you'll see a lot of Mnemonica. The funny thing is, when you know Mnemonica, you spot other magicians instantly using it, because the stack, like when you know the stack, it just jumps out at you. Yeah, wow. Okay. But it's good for mentalism, good for just regular old card magic and tomfoolery.
Fantastic.
In general.
Yeah. Good stuff. Well, it's a green light from me. And green light from you.
Indeed.
All right.
What have you got?
What have I got? Well, I don't really have a book on tricks. What? I know. No, I've actually I've had this book for a while. This is a Paul Ramhani's Entertaining on Cruise Ships, the ultimate guide. And I'm going to tell you, it is the ultimate guide.
So you can combine learning Monica, get some work.
Get some work, yeah. Once you learn how to do some card tricks, you can jump on a ship and start entertaining. So what does this book cover? So as we all know, Paul Ramani has spent probably many years performing on cruise ships. He's got does a Charlie Chaplin on there as well, and this book here is basically your Bible on I wouldn't say so much getting the gig, but it would be more like life on the ship and things like that, how to travel and things like that. It's got.
I mean, that's the sort of things that you want to know when you begin working. Is not yes, getting the gigs, but obviously how do you conduct yourself in those sort of situations? What sort of things can you take to make life easier for you? Because especially when you're on the road, you've got to like make do sometimes.
Exactly, yeah. And he does have another book as well out. I don't know, it's on the tip of my tongue. No, can't see it. It's got the same sort of format. So to put into context, I'll show you the table of contents. Basically, the life on the ship. Crews or passenger. Who are you, basically, the accommodation on the ships as well, onboard facilities, the gift shops, cinema, casinos, spas, talks about all of that as well.
The important thing, does he talk about little hacks for your room when you're having to stay?
Do you know what? I'm not too sure. I think he does. I think that's a little...
That's where the real gold is.
It's hidden in there somewhere. I do recall him saying something about that. And then there's like different job descriptions as well. So obviously the cruise director, the staff as well, their kind of roles as well. Because rather than just going on the ship, you're not just going on there to perform. You've obviously got to take note of everything else. It's like when you perform at an event, a cocktail event. You've got to not only know the guests, but you've got to know the workers and everything like that as well. So the waitresses and floor staff as well. Schedule, performance material. He talks about that. Using live animals, doing all that as well. And then there's also the business side of show business. So you talk about professionalism, how to dress, hygiene, off stage, what happens behind the scenes at cruise ships. There's a lot of stuff in here. Wow, this is...
good book.
Oh, here we go. Tips and hints for cruising. Cruising tips, observations. Basically this, so he's got here observations after my first year, so I guess a little bit about what happened after his first year. What to do, lost luggage is if you are a worker and you do flying, what happens. He's also got in here as well, where was it? Like a list of cruise ship directors, and depending where you are, it might be relevant, it might not be. So we're in Australia. Yeah, we're in Australia. So he's got different cruise ships. So he's got Star Cruises, Royal Caribbean, all that sort of stuff. But then he's got a list of cruise line entertainment bookers. So I'm just having a quick look here. Most of it's in America. So me being in Australia, if I want to market to them, I've got all this here. But for me, right now where I'm at, probably not yet. So this is more, if you're based in America, this is kind of, and a bit of UK as well, so directors over there.
But I mean, I get generally the principle would kind of remain the same in finding that work and going through. I mean, there are a million different ways to find work.
Yeah.
Not everything that you read is going to be 100%, so you've got to have a couple of different avenues. Like we did a review of Sean Taylor's book, which was really good.
Yeah.
Again, really good stuff in there. Not everything's 100% to it, but there's still valid information on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just having a quick flip through here as well. Just more cruises and things like this. He's got a little section at the back, Princess Cruises. He's got the Caribbean Princess, built 2003, tonnage. Unnumbered dyslexia, so that number
means nothing.
Passengers 3,800. Gives you a little bit of an insight of that. Crew is 1,200. There's a cinema. Cool, awesome. That's alright. That's cool. Oh, and also this book even has tricks in there as well, so that you can do on cruise ship. Obviously, have an act before you
Probably be a wise thing
before you to go on it. But if you do need something, having a quick look at here.
Some suggestions always help as well.
Yeah, you know, if you do have this book with you on the boat,
I mean, look,
lose your luggage.
Paul Marnie has some really good commercial effects out there as well.
Yeah.
And Luke just fill a bag of his stuff and jump on the boat with the book, and you're good to go.
There we go. That's right. Just use his act. Just
Fine.
yeah, you'll be fine. Fine. And even actually talks about back of room sales on here as well. So
Backroom sales.
back of room sales.
What are they selling?
Shit, back rooms. Yeah.
Actually, your back room.
Yeah, well, that's it. I did see something about that. Obviously, that's a good idea if you are doing cruise ships. Then you know you can sell stuff on there as well. So
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Back rooms. I have a rape dungeon, so I'm fine.
okay, great.
Okay. So let's wrap that up.
I think we should. But again, this book. I mean, it's got tricks in there, but it's not fully like probably. Let's just have a look. Oh, look at that! I opened it directly.
Yeah.
That little section there, probably not even that. I reckon, probably only up to a little bit. Has got tricks, but everything else here is all useful content as well. So if you're thinking about getting into cruise ship work, this is the book to start reading. Yes, it's a big thumbs up for me.
Cool. I'm trusting in Scott. I haven't read the book yet, but I will.
Maybe we can do a book swap. You can read this one, I'll read the
Mnemonica,
yeah.
and then Monica. Let's see how that works out.
Thanks guys, we'll see you next week.
Bye.